Okay guys, I'm back. I am tearing crap apart. Finally got one of the Christmas presents from myself that was on the way. But right now, everything is a mess. That's was my Christmas present to myself from Joe and Sky. I put it together this morning. We just got it. Put it together this morning. It's a beast. So now I have got stuff all out of the kitchen and on counters, and I am rearranging this. Oop, and apparently I'm stepping on a cat. Rearranging everything. So up there are, this is so far what we've got at least. Up there are all our movies. I put them in binders. I can do a video on that if anybody is interested. Just let me know. And then I've got my dehydrator on here, which I need to take those off. And my old Instant Pot, which the cats kept knocking off the table that was here. And I've got to go get my replacement one. It still works. It just makes me nervous at times because it doesn't sit level anymore. They've knocked it off too many times. But, so this is those are empty binders. I've got one more. It fell off when I was moving the shelf around. So, I'm going to, look, Pudge is mad because she can't get on the stove. But I'm going to be rearranging all of this stuff to see if we can make it appear like we've got more space. So I'll bring you along as I change things. Okay, it's 7:30 at night. I'm taking a little bit of a break. Thought I would show you so far what I've got. Those garbage cans aren't staying there. They're just there for the moment. So down at the bottom, I've got my espresso maker here, dog treats. This is my air fryer, which the bottom piece is in the sink because it was gross and I'm washing it. This is my original Keurig from when they first came out, and that is my turkey fryer. Then I've got the microwave, and I do have it plugged in. I don't know if you can see, I've zip tied a power strip up there, and all the ones that I can use here on the shelf I will. So like for instance, the microwave. So the microwave has power because it's plugged in up top, so I can use that. I've got my old Instant Pot. Actually, I guess it's not an Instant Pot, it's a Yeti brand. I've got my new one tucked behind my juicer. The cats like to knock this one down off the little table that was here before, so they've done some pretty drastic damage to it. This is my juicer. I didn't use it very often because it was buried in the laundry room, so hopefully now it'll get used more. And I know I've said I've got to take the stuff off the trays, but I really do got to take the stuff off the trays. On my dehydrator, and I've got that plugged in too, and power strip. These first 7 trays, I think, are cabbage, and then the bottom 2 are carrots, and I've got more carrots to do over on the counter. I just have to chop them up a little bit smaller first. So then I've got my mixer. This is our old blender, and we do have the new Ninja one, and it's got a nice little individual, you know, shake maker. But I found that I popped the bottom piece out of my old blender. It's in the sink right now. It might be in the strainer. Yep, it's in the strainer. This piece, the blade piece that sits inside of it, it's in there somewhere too, but I still have more dishes to wash. So, it looks like I have to wash that again because I missed something. Anyway, let's see if I can find it real quick then. Oh. It's sunk to the bottom. So I've got this piece from the bottom of my old blender. And it fits a regular mouth canning jar. A wide mouth it won't fit, but a regular mouth canning jar mine fits onto. So because I have a new blender, and we actually were given one by Big Guy's mom as well, so I didn't need 800 blenders. But this can come in handy if I'm making, you know, like a special soap recipe, or I won't use it for soap and food because the food would taste like soap, and that's not a good thing, or cleaner. But this could come in handy if I'm doing like smoothies for all the kids, because that's only 1 cup, and we've got 4 kids and 2 adults when all the kids are here. So that's not going to work for all of us. And that is an amazing blender back there. That's awesome. That's the other piece for this thing. It didn't fit on the shelf with the main piece on, so I've got the smaller little food processor piece on. But yeah, the one's not going to do it. So I kept this part and the base. I do have the picture still for it. It's in the laundry room, but the point of that was just to use the base if I needed to use that piece. So there is that. That basket's got all of my kitchen towels and hand towels in there. This is not staying, this is going. I just couldn't get to where the rest of my canning jars are. This is my electric kettle. It does need a cleaning, but it is also plugged in, so I can just set it right, take it off of there, grab water, put it back on, and run it. Then my food saver, which needs a wipe down too. It's definitely not new. I've gotten quite a few years out of it, so it's the good thing. And I've been using it a lot more lately, so it's easier if I can just take it off the shelf than to dig it out from underneath where I had it before. And in this basket, I just have like little small appliances like my chopper, a little strainer, that, like my slicer, that kind of stuff, so that they're a lot handier than having to go digging. And then up this one, we've got the fryer. It's a deep fryer, and it's bigger than our little one that we had. So I've got that up there. Then we've got a little George Foreman grill that we were gifted too, secondhand. I'm happy with it. It works. Then that is my electric knife and my waffle cone maker, and then my waffle maker. We haven't made waffles in I don't know how long, because it's not exactly an easy chore to get it out. So hopefully now we'll get to use them more. And then the top, I've got my 2 pressure canners acting as bookends right now for the movie binders. And like I said, I'll do a video on those too, just not right today. So there is that. So I've got dishes in the sink and they keep exploding. There's the piece to my air fryer. I had it soaking. I've put the coffee pot there. These all have to be washed, so please excuse that. And I'll give you a final view once all of these are done, but I'm trying to make it so that I've got this stuff, all the drink items like the coffee, the tea, hot cocoa is over here, more like a drink station because it's closer to the sink to be filled. I've already scrubbed down the top of the stove, and I have got right now this cutting board here because I don't know where I'm going to put it. This stuff is not staying here. That blue thing over there with the other utensils in it, I'm going to try and put over here. I may go back to using the blue one and use that for some, herbs or something. I haven't really decided yet. And that stuff is just stuff that needs to go back into like the medicine cabinet or my essential oils stuff. So, and those babies need to go on the dehydrator. So, and this is the carrots that I need to finish cutting up that have to go on it too. So I've got space in my front closet. I've got space in my laundry room now, and all of the essential, obviously these are not all essential, but all of the ones that we use the most are at the easiest spots to grab, like the mixer or the blender, and I can still pull them over to the counter and plug them if I need to, but I do have some extra plugs underneath there, so if it's nothing major, then I can just leave it on there. But the stand mixer I probably won't, because that would make me nervous. That thing wobbles a lot sometimes. But that's it so far. And I got this shelving unit off of Amazon. It's 48 long this way, 8 foot tall, and I think it's 10 inches deep. I don't remember for sure, so I apologize. I'll try to put a link for it below, but definitely well worth the cost of it. You will probably, if you decide to get this shelving unit, you'll probably need someone to help you, because Big Guy had helped me this morning before he went to work, so he helped me assemble it. It really wasn't too bad, just that because of how long it is, I had to work on one side to get it where I wanted to, and then get the other side to where I wanted it to, but I was having a hard time holding both sides of the shelf myself, because they've got these little locking spots so that you can put the shelves wherever you want to, and they just like slide over the top of it and keep it from going anywhere. So, but honestly, this thing is awesome. And I've got the wheels on the bottom of it. It comes with pegs too. If you don't want it to have wheels, you can just leave the pegs in it. It does bring it down a little bit lower, because obviously the wheels take some height too. 2 of the wheels are regular wheels and 2 of them are locking wheels. So I can lock the wheels so that the cart can't go anywhere. But I like having the ability of moving it easily if I need to, because I was still able to fit the cat box underneath there, and it'll make it easier if I need to get under there and clean it. So I'm still working on all of this stuff over here. I'm going to get to doing another load of dishes, because I think these ones are just about dry. But first I think I'm going to take like a little break, and then I'm going to work on this stuff again. So that's the latest. Third time's the charm, hopefully. Anyway, I've got carrot sticks going, and the dehydrator that I had off the tray yesterday is there. The shelf hasn't changed. All of this is the same as it was last time I showed you, but I've cleaned up the kitchen a little bit. I've got the coffee pot over here. It was kind of buried under crap yesterday because I still had dishes and stuff to wash, which these aren't all put away yet. These got to go in with the kids' bin. But I need to wipe down the jars too. So I've got the coffee pot over here, my scoop for the coffee, and espresso. So we've got coffee, sugar, powdered creamer, cornmeal, and espresso. My espresso maker is over there on the shelf, so I can actually use it now. And these are what we use for Kool-Aid, which actually I have 2 of them for Kool-Aid, and the other one I use as a scoop for the cat's food, so that needs to go back into the laundry room. My other one for the Kool-Aid is right here. So I've got my measuring cups there, because I figured this will be where I do any kind of baking, cookie rolling out, bread rolling out, that'll be it. This is a non-stick mat, but everything seems to have a really pretty good grip on it, so I may leave this down and just wash it in between uses. So, other thing that I did was this. They're not straight by any means, not even. Surprisingly, it's not bothering my OCD, but I'm sure on a bad day it will, and it'll get redone. But for now, this will work. And I've just got them all marked so that I know which one goes back on the hook, which it's not really for me, it's for everybody else, because it drives me nuts when I can't find what I'm looking for. So this way, all of the measuring spoons can be used individually. They were on a ring before, which I could still take them off. It was just a pain in the butt to have to put them back in the ring because the ring would open and drop everything onto the floor. So yeah, we're done with the ring. So I've got these here. So I've got cup, half cup, third, a quarter, and an eighth, and then a quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, half tablespoon, and 1 tablespoon. So that way, if I need a tablespoon of, I don't know, say sugar for a recipe, I can just grab the 1 tablespoon, get the sugar, rinse, wash, whatever I need to do to the measuring cup or spoon, and put it back. So, and then I've got this little hook here, has my oven mitt. Sorry, it's early and I just drew a complete blank. I'm not sure where the rest of my pot holders are at this point in time. They're probably in with the laundry, which is why I haven't seen them yet, because I haven't done another load of clothes, or towels I should say, because I usually wash those with towels. So I imagine I will find those. I have no clue what's got all over this calendar, but it's also wrong, so I'm going to fix that real quick. There we go. I still have this bin here. I've got to figure out where I'm going to go. Oh, actually, these are the rings, the old rings for the measuring cups and spoons. But this has got to go back into my bedroom. Big guy's sleeping right now, so I'll wait. So far, this is what I've got with the utensils. I don't really care for it. This is kind of flimsy and floppy, so it doesn't hold all of them very well. But this is pretty rigid, and I'd like to use it to start some herbs. We ordered a grow tent so that I can do some vegetables and some herbs in the apartment. It's actually in the laundry room. We haven't set it up yet. So once I do that, I will bring you along for that as well. But I would really like to have some fresh herbs and maybe some tomatoes. And I realize we're in an apartment, but I want to try to do the best I can. I can't plant a garden outside, so I'm going to try and do what I can inside and turn the laundry room into like a little mini greenhouse, I guess, for lack of a better word, because I like fresh vegetables and definitely fresh herbs. And any fresh herbs that I do grow, I can always dehydrate and grind them up and make my own herbs, spices, whatever you want to call it. So that's that so far. That still has all my spices in it. That's a little cattywampus right now, though. I just got the tray there to kind of help give a little bit more, because those are a lot of the herbs that are on top are ones that I've dried. Like this one is parsley. This is kale. Oh, I was looking for a jar sale earlier, so I guess I found one now. This, I believe, is mushrooms. Nope, I was wrong. That's lime powder. Yep, because those are lime peels in there. You can see them. I'll have to check and see how they do that. So store-bought one. This is dill, and this is bacon salt that I made using. I bought bacon bits, real bacon bits, and then I processed them in a food processor / blender. I don't remember which one I used. With kosher salt, and so that's the resulting bacon flavored salt. I got this from Walmart. I'm a kitchen geek, I guess. I really like kitchen tools, and as you can tell, see, that's a lot of kitchen tools. I need to go through these. Some of them I don't use, which is why I had them in 2 pots to start with. But some of them I do use, but only a couple times a year, like my potato masher. I have 2. I have a older metal one right there, and then I have one right here that I got through Pampered Chef some time ago. Depends on what I'm doing on which one I use, but I don't use it very often because if I'm making mashed potatoes, a lot of times I'll whip those. So it's hard to tell what I use and what I don't use. So I'm going to have to try and figure out a system of when I use it, put it in one bin and vice versa. So that I know what I'm using and what I'm not, or what anybody else in the house is using and what they're not. So, but there is that so far. Yes, Miss Apple? Trying to get my attention? Yeah, I'm not sure what she's doing, but this is the jar of cabbage from the dehydrator. I'm keeping it on the counter for now so I can keep an eye on it and just check and make sure that it is dried completely. I'll shake it for probably about at least a couple of days to see if any moisture comes back to it. So I'll shake it like that, make sure nothing is damp in there. If it gets damp, then I'll have to put it back on the dehydrator. This, I believe, are lime peels or lemon peels. I'll have to look at it, but that's what I've got going on so far. It feels like I've got so much more counter space just taking the microwave off of that alone. I feel like I have a little bit more space, which is nice. Very nice. Oh yeah. I started to show you all this. This is for oil. Trying to open it with one hand. I got it from Walmart. It was like $8. I'm constantly trying to find a place to put, meat grease when I've ground pepper. Goodness gracious. It's early. I haven't had coffee yet. My mouth is not working. When I brown ground beef or any kind of meat and need to drain fat off of it, or for, like say for example bacon. If I've cooked bacon and I need to drain it off, that's what that baby is used for. I think I'm going to do it for bacon grease only. I haven't decided yet because I can use bacon grease to cook other things, but if I mix it, it may not be as good. So I'll let you know what I decide on that one. But that's it so far. See you soon.